For Karina, vacations had always been associated with peace, a change of scenery, and the chance to finally take a deep breath. She had been looking forward to this trip for almost a year, imagining herself walking through new places, trying local food, and simply enjoying time away from everyday worries. But this last trip was remembered for a completely different reason. Because of her sister, the vacation turned into a real ordeal. Karina's older sister, Marina, had recently gone through a difficult divorce. Left alone with a child, she looked exhausted and emotionally drained. So when Karina and her husband planned a vacation abroad, to a small coastal country in southern Europe, Marina asked to join them. The couple didn't object, understanding that her sister was going through a hard time. Everything changed just 2 days before departure, when Marina casually mentioned that she would also be bringing her son. "I'll take Artyom with me," she said calmly. "There's no one to leave him with. Mom is sick, and it's too late to look for a babysitter." At first, Karina strongly objected. The boy was 8 years old, and the trip was not planned as a child-friendly one, long walks, excursions, and beach time. But after thinking it over, she agreed, deciding to be understanding. It's worth noting that Marina's approach to parenting had always raised questions among relatives. She firmly believed that children should be taught independence as early as possible. She often left her son alone and rarely interfered in his affairs, calling it a life lesson. This attitude became evident on the very first day of the vacation. The family stayed at a small mountain hotel. In the morning, they were getting ready to go for a walk around the old town, but when everyone was ready, Karina noticed that the boy was nowhere to be seen. "Where is Artyom?" she asked in surprise. "In the room," Marina replied without hesitation. "He'll be fine on his own. Nothing will happen to him." Karina was shocked. Leaving an 8-year-old child alone in an unfamiliar hotel while the adults planned to be gone until evening seemed insane to her. But Marina only shrugged and said she needed a break, not only from problems, but from motherhood as well. That evening, when they returned, they learned that Artyom had caused quite a bit of trouble for the hotel staff. He had been running through the corridors, crying loudly, entering other guests' rooms, and throwing food and wrappers on the floor. The hotel administrator politely but firmly asked them not to leave the child unattended again. When Karina entered the room, she saw the boy sitting on the bed surrounded by scattered belongings. He looked hurt and confused. "I was scared you left," he said quietly. Karina tried to talk to her sister, explaining that this behavior was the result of neglect, but Marina refused to listen, insisting that everyone was exaggerating. After that, Marina did start taking her son along, but the situation didn't improve. Artyom was hyperactive, constantly running off and bothering other people, while Marina paid almost no attention to him. Most of the responsibility fell on Karina and her husband. One day at the beach, Karina asked her sister to at least keep an eye on the child while they went swimming. Marina just laughed and said the boy would figure things out on his own. Eventually, Artyom got lost. He was found near the pool, crying, calling for the adults, and clearly panicking. All that time, Marina was calmly sunbathing, her face covered with a hat. A couple of days later, the boy complained of a severe headache and stomach pain. Karina took him to his mother, hoping she would finally take responsibility. Marina gave him some pills, but when they didn't help, she unexpectedly said that she already had a ticket to a water park and wasn't going to miss it. "Could you stay with him instead?" she asked. "I've already paid for everything." Without waiting for an answer, she packed her things and left. The vacation was completely ruined. Instead of resting, Karina and her husband were taking care of someone else's child, worrying about his health, and trying not to disturb the other tourists. When the trip ended, Marina never admitted any fault. She still believed she did nothing wrong. And for Karina, that vacation remained a memory not of beautiful places and a new country, but of constant stress, anxiety, and someone else's irresponsibility.